Hi, everyone. Pastor Brian here with your Thriving Through Hope devotional for July 14th, 2020. You may have heard that recently NFL quarterback Patrick Mahomes just signed the largest NFL contract, really sports contract, in the history of sports. $503 million for 10 years. Now that's a lot of money. This is how it breaks down. That comes out to over $50 million per year, $4.2 million per month, $967,000 per week, $138,000 per day. Wow. $5,742 per hour, $96 per minute, or $1.60 per second. How would you spend $138,000 per day for 10 years? Could you even spend that much? This may be more money than someone could possibly spend every day for 10 years. Now, that's hard to imagine. I think most of us would find it very challenging to spend $100,000 per day for 10 years. This sporting news got me asking a question. How much is enough? You know, Jesus told a story in Luke chapter 12 that's often titled the parable of the fool. And it reads like this. I'm reading out of the New Living Translation, verses 16 through 21. A rich man had a fertile farm that produced fine crops. He said to himself, "What should I do? I don't have room for all my crops." Then he said, "I know, I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones. Then I'll have room enough to store all my wheat and other goods. And I'll sit back and I'll say to myself, 'My friend, you have enough stored away for years to come. Now take it easy, eat, drink, and be merry.' But God said to him, 'You fool, you will die this night. Then who will get everything you have worked for?' Yes, a person is a fool to store up earthly wealth, but not have a rich relationship with God." You know, John D. Rockefeller was the Bill Gates or the Jeff Bezos of his day. His net worth in 1913, if we adjusted for inflation, was $418 billion. That is more than those two individuals combined net worth. When Rockefeller was asked the question, how much is enough? His answer was just a little bit more. You know, money is a wonderful tool, but a terrible God. Let me say that again. Money is a wonderful tool, but a terrible God. If money becomes your main measurement of self-worth, you'll find you never measure up. Think about it. How much wealth does it take to prove your value or your worth? If it's your God, always a little bit more. You know, Greek philosopher Epicurus said this: "Nothing is enough for a man to whom enough is too little." When money becomes a symbol of your self-worth rather than a tool to do good, it becomes your God. And it's a brutal master, one you will never satisfy. You will always want just a little bit more. You know, Jesus asked a different set of questions in Matthew chapter 16, verse 26. He said, "What do you benefit if you gain the whole world but lose your soul? Is anything worth more than your soul?" Well, the answers to those two questions is nothing and no. Those are two critical questions we all need to ask ourselves from time to time. But here are two more questions we need to ask ourselves also. How much is enough? Is Jesus enough? If you don't find your self-worth in Jesus, then you'll never measure up. You'll always need more. And if Jesus is not enough, nothing will ever be enough. Your heart will always cry, just a little bit more. My prayer for you today is that you would find your value and self-worth in Jesus. He's more than enough. Now go make it a great day.